Peace, and welcome to another episode of Soulview. And today, man, I got a special guest with me, man. Somebody I personally learned a lot of ingredients from. You know what I'm saying? Been watching them for a few years now, but I have Joel Benjamin in the building, y'all. What's up, Joel? Welcome to the Dragon's Lair, bro.
People. Salute to you all. What's up, man?
Man, chilling, man. I appreciate you reaching back out to me, man. You know what I'm saying? It means a lot just for you to build with me, bro. So, dude, you are one person that I'll consider like a vet when it comes to knowledge and information. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that knows you and knows your channel, they know you give it up. For real. They know you give it up. So I wanna kind of dive deeper into that with you, man. And how did all this work out for you, Joel? How did you get started, man? What's your story?
Well, I have to say exactly when it comes to my story, I was actually born into it.
Mm,
I was already in a spiritual background, come from a family with a strong spiritual background. Like a lot of stuff that I call these posers, they be acting like,
mm-hmm.
they about that life. They're not. They a lot of them they use it for just monetary gain. Not saying that you're not supposed to get monetary gain, but they only get involved for monetary gain. So for
Mm,
me, it wasn't about that. It was a way of life, from performing exorcisms, the whole 9 yards, you name it, helping people spiritually get better. So it's a lot,
mm,
getting knowledge on the different herbs that people could use to help themselves. This is a way of life, with how you say Trinidad and Tobago background,
okay.
and with us being Ethiopian Hebrew. You
Okay.
know the history of that when the Hebrews was over there in Ethiopia, and then they got sold into slavery. So
Right.
we know all that already, but this is something I've been into. That's why when I talk on my channel on YouTube, Joel Benjamin 528, I have a range of different topics, especially when it comes to spirituality that I get into.
That's dope. And just to know that you were actually born into it, you know what I'm saying? That gives a different perspective. So that means your parents and everybody else was teaching this to you at a very young age. Is that correct?
Correct.
Man, that's dope,
It
man.
got to the point as more as I got into it, I started teaching them.
Okay. Like most of us
Mhm.
who grew up, pretty much in the States here and then grew up under religion, you wasn't taught that information. Is that correct?
No, I was taught religion. I was more taught religion in a way where you use it to manipulate the people.
Mm. Okay. What do you mean by that?
Well, just look at your different churches here in America, your mosque and your synagogues. The majority of them, what are they really doing for the people? I'm not talking about the ones that are. I'm talking about the ones that's really not doing nothing for the people.
Mm.
You could pay attention. What are they using it for? They use it for political power, political breakdown. They use it to get their jollies off. You understand? So I was learn at from early to spot these things and to see how it works.
That's deep. So let me ask you this: from making that transition to having a spiritual background to understanding how the game is being played, what has been challenging for you, Joel?
Trying not to run up on these bitch ass niggas. I'm keeping it 100 with you, bro. I'm only keeping 100 with you tonight.
I feel you, bro. I feel you. So, would you say that because of people's different backgrounds and their ideologies, or the way that they're actually doing business, is what's causing an issue with you?
Both, but
Both.
yeah, but mainly how they do business because they take the spiritual stuff for play. And
Mm,
like I said, you got a lot of scammers out there And that makes, hold on, I'm sorry for the ruffling. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, so as I was saying, that makes other people look at me, and people who really about this life, who really about spirituality, who really deals with communicating with angels, demons. You understand? The real, where they say, oh, I'm talking and seeing gods and goddesses. Like people who really do that shit, they take those people for mockery, and the people that are charlatans who just playing games ain't about that life,
Mm.
they're getting the most attention because they have the attention on there. Now, I do get a lot of attention, but because of that, it now comes on to speculation. Oh, he got to be a charlatan. He got to be doing something wrong. You understand? Because I
Mm-hmm.
heard this before. Like he up there with them. How he know these other people, these big speakers and all that? How they cool with him? So yeah, he part of that genre when it's really not the case. Only because
Mm-hmm.
I'm being, good. I would say because I'm being good is why you won't know I really don't like a certain individual. Like, it'll be individuals that I dead ass want to fucking stomp out. Excuse my language. I don't know. Can I talk freely or
Oh, you can
with
always talk
this?
freely here, bro. This is real talk.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, it'd be some people that you really want to fuck up. And if anybody watch my channel, they know from over the time, I don't look to get into drama with nobody. But to have every now and again, I got to come out in the open and really, talk my shit and be on my shit. Because people
Right.
take kindness for weakness. They figure because you're spiritual. Like I shock a lot of people when they find out how spiritual I really am.
Mm-hmm.
That shocks them because they're like, yo, you out here wearing Adidas suits, you be rocking Tims, the way you talk, and that fools them, you know? And
Mm-hmm.
then when they see that good side about you, they take that for weakness.
Right.
So, you know, hear me talk with a West Indian accent. Because this is not the normal
Mm-hmm.
way I talk. I only
Oh,
talk like this. Yeah, I talk with a heavy Trinidad and Tobago accent. Deep Trini, yeah, deep
Okay.
TNT accent. So, I talk like this because I get tired of people, huh? What you saying? You could repeat that. I'm like, nah, listen, I'm doing too much. I'm talking
I,
English, damn it. Then they
right.
be like, yo, what you sound like you singing when you talk. I'm like, oh boy. So,
No, that's for real, man. That's word, man.
yo,
But
you know Phil
and
Valentine, right? You know about Phil Valentine.
yeah, Dr. Phil. Yeah,
Right.
big ups to Dr. Phil. Yes, sir.
See, so I
What's up
know
with
I
Phil?
remember when I had Phil, because people don't realize I could have Phil Valentine on my channel anytime I want. Like I actually know the guy. So when people saw Phil on my channel and they're like, yo, where Phil get that Trini accent from? I'm like, oh boy, y'all don't know Phil is from Trinidad? Phil Valentine's from
Mm,
Trinidad. But because he's talking with me, you get what I'm saying?
right.
Somebody that is West Indian, have the West Indian background. I was born here in America, but I have the West Indian background. So because he
Right.
was talking with me, he was talking with me the way how me and him normally talk on the phone.
Right.
And that's why people were shocked when they heard Phil with a Trini accent. Because when we're not talking like the people that won't understand us, we're talking with each other. That's exactly how we talk. Anybody could go on YouTube on Joel Benjamin 528 and see it. Everybody, the comments, everybody was in the comments keep talking about that. So, people tend to let the West Indian accent fool them. But if they knew what I knew about a lot of West Indies, they don't play that shit. But some people be having to
Mm,
learn the hard way.
right. No, that's facts, man. I appreciate that. And I didn't know that about Dr. Phil, so that's dope. So let me ask you this, Joel, because we're starting to see that based on what you were talking about with the church, how they're hustling some of these things and, you know, basically manipulating the people. So we see that that's crossing over in the conscious community. Is that what you're saying?
What you mean that it's crossing over? It been crossed over, bro.
Mm.
Like I don't even want to get into names, but that
So
shit been
as
a religion.
oh wow. Okay. Okay.
It's been a
Wow.
religion. People only now realizing that it's been on some religious pulpit bullshit. You understand?
Mm.
At least, like what you said with the church, at least they creating food programs and creating housing. And don't get me wrong, a lot of them is on some bullshit. So don't get me wrong. But you have a lot of them that are helping the people. A lot of Christian churches, a lot of mosques, a lot of synagogues, they out there feeding and helping the people.
Mm.
You know, you might have the Christian church that's pushing white Jesus, but I'm gonna tell you right now, ain't shit you could tell me about no damn aliens, spaceships, different gods and spirits, or telling me not to deal with no white Jesus when your institution ain't helping me, it's taking advantage of me. And this
Mm.
institution right here, although they taking advantage, they still giving back something. See, that's the G. It's like, yo, they feeding me. Like I'm going up in there and I'm going to clean the church to show my appreciation, or I'm going to sow my tithes. You ain't going to
Right.
tell me that this shit ain't real and miss me with all that white Jesus, black Jesus shit. That's their attitude. That's what they have because you have a community that's actually taking care of you.
Mm.
Although they might be feeding you wrong information, but they are taking care of you. Like what you could tell me if I have my child and I'm going to this church and they making sure I eat a day, a day.
Mm.
Got programs where if I need, I could get a little job, or I need a certain job, and they like, yo, you need like a very good reference, and I know I could go to the pastor, and the pastor write a letter for me, the reverend, the bishop, the imam, the rabbi.
Right.
That shit hold way more weight than they go on the side of the street talking on the corner, lecturing, or even in a building talking all that other type of shit. And
Mm.
not to necessarily say that the person is talking shit. It's just that,
Right.
yo, how am I benefiting from knowing the 12 ethers and the moon, the stars in alignment? How am I benefiting from that? How is that going to help me in my everyday life if every time I see you, you just taking, and you ain't giving
Mm.
back?
Wow.
Meaning, I'm spending my money to hear you speak to me, but damn, is there any time you're gonna do a free lecture?
Hmm.
But beyond
Right.
all that, let's say you do free lectures. How is that going to help me in this real world when I need to go get a job?
Right.
Unless you're on some heavy spiritual stuff and you telling me, okay, you're going to light this candle and you're going to get this job guaranteed. Unless you're telling me that, then I ain't trying to hear no shit.
Mm. Mm.
Am I wrong
Right.
for saying that?
No, that's
Okay.
real. So, from my experience and from my perspective, bro, I always gained a lot of information and great ingredients from your channel. So, my thing is this, man. I'm all at trying to give people ingredients for their recipes. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that you offer a lot of ingredients. So, what can we do in this time to try to help, you know what I'm saying, some people who are on this same path and understanding to try to better themselves and better their situation? What can we offer and what can you offer, sir?
You talking about health wise or spiritual wise?
Both.
Okay, well, first thing, you always got to get your spirituality intact. Now, do not confuse spirituality with religion. All right, so get your
Okay.
spirituality intact. Learn the right information. Don't start worshiping demons. Like, you got people, they talking this shit about worshiping the Baphomet. I'm looking at them like they stupid dealing with that.
Mhm.
The next aspect, let's deal with food. On my channel, I done gave healthy solutions, things people could do. You know, you have like a lot of people that having trouble having children. I help them out with that. I give them, let them know the type of stuff. They call me, they contact me, they get the right stuff. One of the major things that I gotta tell people: do not be cheap when it comes to investing in yourself.
Say that again.
Do not be cheap when it comes to investing in yourself. One more time. Do not be cheap when it comes to investing in yourself, people.
Mm.
Because a lot of times you'll end up, I want to say, in a bottom of the totem pole. You don't want to be at the bottom because you was being cheap. Perfect example. Let's say you're preparing, you're preparing for a flood, right? And you say, yo, I know I gotta make sure at least I have a life raft where when I pull the cord, it self-inflate, all that. But you like, nah, that costs maybe $100, maybe $200. I'm gonna be cheap. I'm gonna get the $30 one. The problem with the $30 one, you gotta have an actual pump or try to blow it up by mouth and whatnot, and that ain't working. So you doing yourself a disservice. Now water coming rushing in. You got a raft, inflatable raft, but you got a cheap ass one. It's not inflating as fast enough as you need it to. You need to go now. You need to have yourself in a raft now, but you can't because your ass is cheap. So it's null and void now. You wasted time because you was being cheap. It's that simple. So don't cheat yourself by being cheap with your spirituality. And when I say don't be cheap, don't think of it only as monetary gain.
Okay.
A lot of people like to be cheap with their time. They got short attention span. They know all the information they need is in that hour, 2 hour video, but they just can't do it. They want the microwave version, which we know the microwave ain't good for you because it ain't natural heat.
Right.
And anything that's good, you just killed it and radiated it. So same thing with the knowledge. You want shortcuts with it, but there's no way you're going to know this part or understand this part if I don't give you this part. Get it?
Dang, that's powerful, bro. So let me ask you this, because you saying some powerful information. So when you say get your spirituality right, what are some tips or some steps that people can
Hold
do
on, bro.
to start to
My bad.
Sure, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, go
It's
ahead.
all good. No, I'm just saying, like, what are some tips or some things people can do to start understanding the spirituality? Because we hear that word a lot as far as know thyself, you know what I'm saying? But what are some things people can do and study to know who they truly are?
Well, you see, this is the thing. That's why I don't give people nothing to really say to do and study. And I'm going to tell you why. Everybody
Okay.
is different.
Okay. Go into that.
What works for me might not work for you. And what works for you might not work for me. That's why when it comes to give a better understanding, let me switch gears to herbs.
Okay.
Certain herbs have different effect on different people. take a specific herb called ginseng. You got some people out there, ginseng don't do a damn thing for them. They're like, yo, I don't understand. Like, I don't see what all the hype is about. I'm one of those people, by the way. But then I'll take a cheaper herb that's way cheaper for energy, and it does great on my body. And I'm like, woo! So you see, that's why you have to know different things. You can't just go with one thing that's good for energy. What else is good for energy? Because this might not work on this person. They might be allergic. So because they're allergic, they don't get healing. You feel me? What else can you use as a substitute?
Right.
So same with spirituality. Everybody's different. That's why, when I do the consultations and, people want my services, I deal with them accordingly. Everybody think that, there's just this basic standards, which there is. But what about the people that are exceptions to the rules? And quite frankly, that's the majority of the people that's waking up spiritually on a higher level. You are the exception to the rule. You are the quote unquote 1%. You are the light that's in the darkness. When you got them higher entities, the higher spiritual beings look down on earth, they see a bunch of darkness with specks of light scattered. You're one of those specks of light. You have to understand that. So you have to move accordingly. See, this is some deep stuff that they won't drop on the people like that. A lot of the rest of people, and it sounds mean, they're cannon fodder. They're fuel for the brimstone. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I want you to know I really hate your guts.
Bars.
It is what it is.
Right.
And that's not far-fetched. It's a reason why it got these entertainers all on TV, and you're like, I don't see what the big deal is. But yeah, everybody, they passing out, they falling out, and screaming, oh, I want to meet him, and that nigga ain't shit.
You know what? You bring up a great point.
She ain't shit. She ain't got the light that you got.
You bring up a great point, Joel, and I don't mean to cut in on you, bro, because you saying some powerful stuff. So let's go into that real quick, because that's something that bothers me as well, man. Why is it that we are so superficial? Why we only listen to people that have a certain amount of fame, certain amount of money, or a certain amount of perceived power? Why is that, bro?
You see, putting me on the spot, you're gonna make people say I'm mean.
No, it's real talk, man. It's just something.
There's only one answer for that. It's because you're like wine, useless cattle. You're sheep.
Damn, don't say that, bro. We like that. Damn.
I'm telling you the truth.
Facts.
Why is it you got people that get exposed for scamming, known scammers, but people still run to them and give them their money?
Right. Yeah, that's true.
How is it that you got people that got exposed for all kind of different sexual deviant acts? Okay? And they still go to those people and still have their children around those people. All because they got the fame and all that. Why? Why? Because, quite frankly, you're stupid. You have a calcified pineal gland. It sound good talking to that good shit. You understand? Oh, you down with the Hebrews, or you down with the Egyptologists, or you down with the sages of old, and you with Wicca and all this nice new age mumbo jumbo shit and some old age shit. But in reality, you're not even taking the higher levels from those aspects that you say you down with. You doing it for image. That's them damn hipsters. You know, like I said, I don't want to offend people, but oh well, you offended them. Talk about your ass. They got them hipsters, you know. They out here, they acting like, okay, this is it, and I'm doing just like this. I'm gonna look like that, and I'm about this, and let's go green, and I'm vegan. But a lot of y'all hypocrites. They doing some bullshit. At least I claim mines. I own up to mines. Get what I'm saying? But there's a downfall when you do that.
What's the downfall, Joel?
You're accessible to being seen. Remember what I said? It's full of darkness and specks of light. You're shining bright. They could see you. That's when entities start coming in. That's where you got people, they hate you. Don't know why they hate you, but I hate them. They don't understand they're under control by certain entities, right? And the goal is to bring you down. Look at me. Yo, listen, I had people try to kick me while I was down recently. Baby mama turn around, lie on me, say I hit her, all kind of crazy stuff. Let me tell you something. That wasn't easy getting out of that. If I wasn't spiritually fortified and mentally fortified and physically fortified, I would have been done. I got arrested falsely. You understand?
Wow.
And I'm like, yo, what? At first I was about to say, why is this happening? But then I was like, yeah, I know why it's happening. You get what I'm saying? And it came at the end of the day, came to find out that it wasn't true. But that same person didn't know, like, yo, you gonna get a taste of what it is, making false claims on somebody and getting them arrested. You're gonna end up going to jail too. You got to go through the bookings as well. You got to see what it's like. And guess what? They did. They did. They did. Because it's one thing people don't understand. When you have a higher power, a higher calling, and you are full with that spiritual light and darkness, I'm going to repeat that spiritual light and darkness. When somebody do something to you, and that's how you know when you're different from the other people, because when somebody do something to you, you see how quick they get theirs right back at them. Once they do something to you, falsely, that is.
Right.
Let's be clear. Don't think you're going to be out there doing fuck boy and fuck girl shit. And then be like, oh, because I'm strong and I'm spiritually fortified and all this. Ain't nothing happening to me. And if it do, they going to get theirs back. No. No. You did some bullshit. Now they got you back. You get what I'm saying?
Real
like,
talk. That's real talk.
Don't be out here capping. And then people get scared when I start talking about that. And nobody be talking on the dark side the way how I talk on it. Because I've showed and proved. That's why when I was on Chief Ephraim, salute to that man. I was on his, I think it's Mac News 144. When I was on his channel, Chief Ephraim, he, you know, in the Hebrew community, they like to call me a Hebrew wizard. That's them talking shit. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because they say I deal with that Jewish mysticism. Deal too much with the Kabbalah and all that. That Jewish form of voodoo. That high shit. So, but anyway, when I start talking to him, I'm like, listen, y'all dumb as hell. I don't worship no damn devil, Lucifer, Baphomet, none of that shit. But they on their stuff. So then I had to point, and I'm like, listen, man. God even talks about giving you the treasures of darkness. And he had to pull the verse, and he was like, yo, I read this verse so long ago, I forgot about it. and it was how it go. I will give ye. Hold on, let me get it. I'm gonna get the verse for you right now.
All right.
Ye the treasures of darkness.
Hmm.
That's God talking. Isaiah 45:3.
Mm.
Okay? And I will give thee the treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I, the Lord, which call thee by thy name, I am the God. I'm going to read that again, because I know that will go over some of the listeners' head. There's some deep shit, and this is out the
Yeah.
Bible. Isaiah 45:3. That's chapter 45, verse 3. The book of Isaiah. And I will give thee the treasures of darkness. How they say? Darkness. When you go into preacher mode. All right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Let
sir.
me stop
Darkness.
playing. I will give thee the treasures of darkness and hidden riches. Not hidden brokenness, not hidden poverty, not hidden poorness, but and hidden riches of the secret places, that thou mayest know that I, the Lord, which call thee by thy name, am the God. Come on, man.
That's powerful, bro. Dang. That's powerful. So it's something in that darkness, and it kind of reminds me, bro, because I love superhero movies and Marvel movies and any kind of superhero movie, but it reminds me of Doctor Strange. You
I knew
remember
you
the
were gonna
ancient
go
one?
there.
I'm just saying, you remember the ancient one, bro? You know what I'm saying? He was mad when he found out that she was tapping into the dark side. You know what I'm saying? You have to tap
Exactly.
into the dark side to get that power. You know what
And
I'm
you
saying?
notice she never told him, but she knew
Exactly.
he had the balance of the dark and the light.
Yes, sir. Come on, bro. That's what we talking about.
And
That's
he
what
was
we talking
shocked
about.
when he found out that she knew about the dark side. Because whole time he thought it was a forbidden knowledge. It's not just that it's forbidden, it is hidden. And a lot of times it's hidden within you to bring out the true power in you. So when you read the full verse, all right, it says plainly, again, Isaiah 45:3. And this is the King James Version. You can go in the King James Version and you get this. And I will give thee the treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I, the Lord, which call thee by thy name, am the God of Israel. So he letting you know, yo, I'm gonna give you this dark side power, and you gonna fuck shit up.
Facts. Facts.
And if people
Wow.
tell me, well, that's not what it means, brother. You just add in your own interpretation. You making shit up. Okay, so then you ain't read what I just read. So now let's stick with the same Bible, right? And go into the book of Joel, where the symbols were on the people's foreheads, right? Let's get it. Let's get it. Hold on. Book of Joel. All right. And Joel is known as a prophet. All right. A Hebrew prophet. Okay. And when you read the book, it's very apocalyptic. Okay. Now listen to the book of Joel, where they talk about the mark on their foreheads. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. Anything else you want to ask me when it pertains to that? In the meantime,
No, I would just say let's go into that when you find it, and I do have something to ask you after that, but let's go ahead and find it, bro, because that's powerful. You bringing some powerful information, man.
Okay. I'm trying to find it. The book of Joel, where they talk about when the book of Joel talk about when the people get certain powers.
That's
Do you know
interesting
about
as
that?
well. I want to ask you about, the time that we're in as well, because I hear a lot of people speak about the Mayan calendar or the Ethiopian calendar, should I say, that puts us in the set of 2012, but as of this year, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to ask you about that as well.
What you want? What you exactly want to ask about that?
So I want to know from your perspective, you know what I'm saying, based on all your research and the things that you found out, are we going into a new age, and is this age going to be different from the other golden ages that was here as well, or a whole new age? What can you see happening right now? Because one thing that you mentioned, and you mentioned in your videos, not your last video, but the video before that, when you were talking about Project, I forgot, is it Pogo or something like that?
Project Pogo and Project Zypher.
Yes, so those two. So when you were talking about basically how this is it's people are waking up on a mass level. So with that happening, the whole COVID thing, and just with random deaths of people who've been famous, and just a lot of eerie things that's been happening, do you believe that we're in this different age? What's to come this
Good
time?
question. Good question. What's to come? All
Yes, sir.
right. Let's deal with the same book of Joel. We're gonna deal with the King James Bible, right?
Okay.
Chapter 2. Check this out. And you remember I had a video talking about like the trumpet sounds, people
Yes.
hearing the strange noises. They was hearing scream. First, they was hearing trumpets. Now they're hearing screams,
Oh,
and they don't know
wow.
where it's coming from. You saw my video
Yeah,
on
that's
that?
crazy. Yeah, that's crazy because after that, I looked up, just a whole bunch of videos with trumpets on YouTube, bro. And it was crazy. You know what I'm saying?
So check this out. Blow ye. This is Joel, verse chapter 2,
Okay.
verse 1. Blow ye the trumpets in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people, a strong, I'm going to repeat that, a great people and a strong. There has not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Let me tell you something. This is the time it's going to get lit. They let you know when them people activate. It's a great many people, strong. Check this out. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them. All right. So it's like you're watching the back of them, what's behind them. It's like as they coming out of a portal. Pay attention. You with me?
Yes, sir.
And behind them a desolate wilderness. Ye, and nothing shall escape them. This this is the group of people they talking about now. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and and as horsemen, so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face, the people shall be much pained, and faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. I'm gonna repeat this part. They shall, because this is the main part I wanted to get to you. Okay. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march everyone on his ways, and they shall not break their rank. This is an army they're talking about. Neither shall one trust another. They shall walk everyone in his path. And when they fall upon the sword, you ready for this? They shall not be wounded. They shall run to and fro the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the house. They shall enter in at the window like a thief. Come on, man. These people gonna lose their mind when that time comes. You worry about coronavirus. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. See, this is where it's gonna get hardcore spiritual. When you start seeing stuff like this, because we already started seeing prophecies that done come out of the Bible, you know, things out of the Quran, things out of the Torah. We've already been seeing it.
Right.
I mean, I sound like I fucked your head up with that one.
Yeah. So I'm saying, do you see that we're in that time right now? Is that what's going on, bro?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, you fucked my head up with that one. Man, boy.
It's right there. People,
powerful, bro.
Come on, there's an awakening going on. The people are seeing it. I'm not, this is not me making this up.
Nah,
the people are seeing it.
Yeah, I can definitely attest to that, man. It's definitely been eerie since 2020 has started, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could physically feel that energy shift and that energy change, man. I promise you. So I agree.
Watch me on YouTube. I was the first one that was saying it, that since last year, started last year summer, have I not? Facts. Letting people know 2020 is going to be like no other year you ever experienced. Facts. It's going to be lit. Get your spiritual items now. Get into your prayers. Do this, do that. How you think I know this type of stuff? Come on now. This is stuff that I look up. And once I see the different patterns of what's going on concerning prophecies, and then once you get in certain dreams or whatever, it's not difficult to put two and two together. That's what 2018 was about. When I did when me and Brother Divine did the Blood Moon lecture, where they talked about me in the New York Post. They talked about it in the New York Post.
Wow.
Let's keep it real. When we started talking, when we get into the Blood Moon, come on. I was talking about this long before that. When we were entering the Shemitah year. The Shemitah. That's when it's a hard reset. All debts, everything get resetted. It's the Shemitah year. Okay. When I was breaking down with the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse, look how long I was breaking this down. That was a few years ago. And I was telling them what was to come for 2020. From the time I started seeing it rain, the red rain in India. Look it up. And different parts of Africa. And it was happening here in America, and they was trying to keep it low key. Red rain. And it looked like crazy. Blood.
Yeah. It looked like blood.
Do you remember that?
Dang. Yeah. Even to go further, how the Nile was basically almost flooding this year as well. You know what I'm saying?
And it did
that was something they talked about too.
And it did flood. These
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
that are prophecies. So it wasn't
Right,
hard to
right.
tell what was coming.
Mm.
Ain't that I'm this big, great, extraordinary psychic. Just pay attention.
But you're right though. But sometimes, man, what you have to understand, Joel, is that you tapped in, bro, and certain people can't see it, and that's why it's great to get people's perspective, and especially your perspective on things, because it corresponds to Joel that I'm talking to right now, just like Joel you just read from the Bible. It plays out like that sometimes, bro, and sometimes people need to hear what you have to say. So I just appreciate what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
All right. So let's just read a little bit more, so you could, being that you asked me on a question, right? So you
Yes,
can
sir.
get a
Go ahead.
better understanding. Now, I'm just giving you the source from the Bible. I ain't even really go extra deep in yet. And this
But
is just
The Bible has a lot of codes, man, and that's what people kind of dismiss, most of the times because of the way we were taught the Bible and taught religion, that they just dispel the Bible. But it's a lot of clues. I always remember Bobby, him always telling me, or talking about it, and I just heard it from his lectures, just that everything is in the Bible as well. You know what I'm saying? It's just coded differently. You know what I'm
not
saying? So
just that it's coded differently. It's one of those, nigga, if you ain't about that life, shut the hell up. This
I
ain't for you. Bible, basic instructions before leaving Earth. It's a damn acronym. Come on now.
mm, facts.
This heavy, deep information is considered basic.
Basic.
That's why when I hear people shitting on the Bible, I be like, yeah, all right, you don't really know the true spiritual stuff. Because if you just read the stuff and really get the breakdown that's there, it's really all right there, and then see what's going on, how could you even deny the fact of what's going on? So
Hmm.
let's deal with the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 10 now. The earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army. See, I told you before, it was an army.
Mm-hmm.
For his camp is very great, for he is strong and that executed his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? Let me tell you something. What they are talking here is a large scale invasion.
Mm.
They're talking about an invasion. It's a reason why the US government, all these different world leaders, heads of state, is in fear of this and know about this when it comes to the Bible. Hell, I even showed y'all the FBI files, the disclosure files, where they talk about this.
Mm.
I showed y'all how they enter the Jewish mysticism
Hmm.
in the FBI files.
Wow.
They're telling you extraterrestrials exist. They're talking about a Messiah coming back. This is in the FBI documents. All right? You could go in the FBI documents. It's called the Vault. And you get all the disclosure files. Why you think Trump started the Space Force? Just by chance? Hmm? Really? Let me continue because it's dropping so much. Check this out.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore also now saith the Lord, turn ye even to me with all your heart, and with fasting, and with weeping, and with mourning, and rend your heart, and not your garments, and turn unto the Lord your God, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and repent him of your evil. Meaning, this is a nice way, pretty much, of saying you either gonna get down or lay down.
Get down and lay down. Wow.
I
Yeah.
mean, am I wrong? Like, I'm
No,
letting you know, yo, you rocking with me.
it sounds
I'm gonna
like
be,
that, bro.
I ain't gonna be so angry. I'm gonna be kind, and I'm gonna be merciful. But you gotta repent. You gotta know that I'm the source. I need your trust. I need your allegiance to me. That's
Mm.
what you talk about, giving up your heart unto me. If not, you got to go.
Hmm. You gotta go.
Okay.
Get down or lay
I'm sorry.
down.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Wow. No, that's powerful, bro. That's powerful. And I appreciate that. That's some heat, man, that you breaking down. You know what I'm saying? Man, get down and lay down, man. So with everything that you saying, Joel, because you saying some powerful stuff, bro. And I definitely want people to check out your channel and follow anything that you got going on. And we're gonna talk about your consultations as well that you do. But before that, bro, let me ask you this, because with everything being said, what keeps Joel motivated? What makes this rewarding for you, bro? All the things that you learned, everything that you've been going through, with situations like you saying, that things that happen to you, how you're spiritually protected. What keeps you motivated, bro?
What keeps me motivated is knowing that I'm still in the fight.
Hmm. Break that down for me, Joel.
It ain't over till, how they say, it ain't over till it's over. Everybody got a plan to take you out until you end up taking them out.
Hmm.
The joy I get of seeing the look on their face when I'm right.
Right.
Okay?
Yes,
The
sir.
joy I get to see that I'm setting stuff up for my family in the right way.
Mm.
So they don't have to go through such trouble. The people that I help to know the information, how to crack the different codes and decipher the information.
Hmm.
That's what fuels me. Because, best believe it's going to be turn up time. It's going to be turn up time very soon. A civil war is coming, whether
Hmm.
you like it or not.
Wow. Breaking
And then,
news, y'all.
and where you think Marvel, because you say you into Marvel,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
What happened in Marvel after the Civil War? If you're a fan of Marvel and you dealing with the comic books or whatever, you know they had the Civil War.
Yes,
After the
sir.
Civil War, what ended up happening?
It was the Infinity War.
No, sir.
After the Civil War, Captain America and Iron Man.
Yes, what happened after the Civil War? I'm gonna tell you.
Go ahead, tell
You
me.
heard about? You remember the squirrels,
The
the
squirrels.
squirrel invasion, secret wars?
Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
Man, they all they did was just swipe everything from the damn Bible and African spirituality.
What? Dude,
How
you
think
gonna have to
about
make
it?
a video on that one, bro.
How they fought
That's
in the
dope.
cartoon in the cartoons, the comic books, and all that. A civil war. They had a civil war first because you had one side saying, "Nah, y'all building up this system and y'all wilding. This system got to break down."
Hmm.
Because in civil, let's stick with Marvel. Remember, in Marvel, and this we're gonna deal with what's going on today.
Okay.
In Civil War, you had one side that was like, no, everybody got to register. We got to know who you are. So you got Civil War, okay? After Civil War Marvel, they have the Secret Invasion. The Civil War is about the Tony Stark's trying to upkeep the system. Captain America saying, nah, this shit got to get broken down.
Right. Yep.
And it was deeper because Captain America was the all-American, the symbolization of keeping the status quo. And Captain America was like, nah, this shit gotta go. We gotta do better.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't want that. So it created a civil war. Well, after everybody done fighting and everybody got broken down, who died, who got imprisoned by whichever other side, they got captured. Guess what? Boom, secret invasion. The squirrels came in, and the squirrels was what? Shapeshifters.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And they would be amongst the people and mimic their powers. Because the plan was to invade Earth.
Hmm.
Now the Shield didn't even see that shit coming.
Right.
Remember, Shield was the group that was made to protect not just mutant kind or whatever. Nah, they realized there was a threat from space outside of Earth that far beyond mutants that will give the mutants a problem. No different from Trump creating the Space Force. Pay attention. Pay attention.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay? When you go to the Smithsonian, the Space Smithsonian, they let you know how they got the laser active satellites, and they telling you the reason why from threats from outer space. And they let you know entities, other beings, and meteors. So what are these other beings? This is where you start getting deeper into the angelic knowledge. So all they did was take a rip from the Bible. I know, maybe I'm touching on too much. My bad.
Yeah. No, you giving that fire, man, and that's what I'm talking about, bro. Hey, y'all need to get hooked on Joel's channel, man. Sub to his channel because he goes in like this all the time, man. Dude, I appreciate you, Joel. I appreciate the information you drop, bro. And man, it's been amazing, bro. For real talk, man. So before we wrap it up, man, before I let you go, bro, tell them where they can find you at. Tell them your channel. Tell them everything, bro.
Joel Benjamin 528 on everything. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Joel Benjamin 528.
Facts. Man, Joel, I appreciate you, bro. This was fire, man, and I appreciate you building with me and taking the time out, bro. Hey, I salute you, man, and keep doing your thing. Much love, bro. For
All
real.
right, in closing, I'm going to tell y'all now, get your spirituality up and get your physical endurance up as well. You need to start learning how to fight out here. This is not a game. If you go on my Instagram, you would see where I had the asp, the baton, the retractable baton, where you got to beat somebody's ass, you pull it out quick. Y'all need to start getting these things. Holla at me. I'll help provide them for you. These are what you need to get. There is a civil war already brewing.
Wow.
It's already brewing. And it's going to spill over full swing. Remember I said this. Y'all gonna remember I said this. It's brewing. It's here. Y'all just don't realize it yet. Okay? After that happened, the real fun gonna begin. Because you're gonna see these entities. You're gonna see them. And that's where your spirituality gonna have to be up too. So, if you want to reach me, you can reach me at 929-374-3828. That's 929-374-3828.
Man, I appreciate that, bro. Fire. I appreciate you, man. Have a wonderful night, bro. Enjoy, man, and keep going, bro. Keep going, Joel. Real talk.
Thank you very much for having me. Greatly appreciate you and I appreciate the listeners. You have a good one.
You too, bro. Thank you. This has been another episode of Soulview, y'all. Hope you enjoy. Peace.